to recover there.
And down the front straight we go. Yeah, and Holton just, I don't know if he was napping or what the deal, probably was, just didn't think they were going to run quite that early. And you know what that may have been was Holton may have been laying back thinking, you know, I'm going to start to roll into it here and get a little speed built up. And I wouldn't be surprised. That Turner Motorsport crew, Don Salama is one of the best strategists on the planet. He may have said, hey, they're laying back, go as early as you can.
Yeah, whenever you can. Once that pace car is clear, you enter that VP fuel acceleration zone and put your foot down and go. But what a great run here from Maganoli, up to 5th place in a top 5 in that number 80 Cameron Racing BMW. I believe that's Cameron Racing, or he might be part of the classic BMW team. 18 of them. It's hard to keep track of all the teams here, so we'll try to get that right for Maganoli. And Nick Whitmer here, that GPI team, that's the car that rolled over at Virginia International Raceway. They got that fixed. As Dane Cameron protects down to the inside, Cody Ellsworth trying to get the draft, going to go to the outside here, try to swing around side by side here into turn number 1.
This is going to be a great battle in the end. I mean, for Cameron, he's going, boy, you know, I had to deal with Holton doing this. I had to deal with Goulart doing this. Now I got to deal with Ellsworth. But this is, you know, Dane has been in this position so many times, and it's just great. I mean, what an opportunity to have this guy racing in this championship. And tell you, it speaks highly, doesn't it, of Cody Ellsworth, Holton, and certainly Whitmer at this stage. They're running with one of the best on the planet in sports car racing. This is cool stuff.
Yeah, right on the back bumper of Dane Cameron now, the international racer. So you'll see him later in that Magnus Racing Audi R8. Got on the podium yesterday, looking to do that again right after this race. He steps into that Audi, has to start because he finished yesterday. So he's got a lot of work to do here today, right in the heat of the afternoon, as Cody Ellsworth looking to the inside, trying to see if he can make a pass. The problem here now, watch out for Nick Whitmer, is the Audi, the momentum car. Paul Holton starting to catch back up.
Yeah, Holton really got a head of steam built up there. And now Dane Cameron, I was waiting for this to happen. Cameron moves over, and he does it. It's absolutely fine. Ellsworth swings to the outside right before Dane gets into Big Bend. He swings out a little bit. And in reality, that can be considered moving in reaction. He's really just trying to open up his radius into the turn. But once you make your choice, you got to stay there. And, of course, when he makes that little move, that does take away a little bit of lane for Ellsworth. And the warning just came over the radio that if you choose that inside, you've got to run it all the way into Big Bend. So we'll see what happens here. And by a large margin, you were on it, Jeff. Holton now, fastest car on the track, looks to the inside of Whitmer, tucks right back in. Look at this, 4 cars battling for the lead with 5 minutes to go in touring cars.
And watch them spread down the front stretch here. They might even go 4 wide down in turn number 1. They're side by side now with Nick Whitmer trying to get Cody Ellsworth looking to the inside. Paul Holton trying to get on the inside and see if he can get around Nick Whitmer.
Whitmer, yeah, he may have been trapped to the outside, but if he can stay there, gives him the inside in the left-hander. And that time Cameron not moving as far over to the inside. Whitmer dropping those left side tires. Didn't cost him anything, and he's able to stay in front of Holton.
Wow, nose to tail battle for the lead here in TC as Whitmer gets a little sideways. Paul Holton going to the inside of No Name, trying to see if he can get that Audi way to the inside. He's on the inside into the uphill, and Nick Whitmer did the wise thing there, let him go through and live to battle another day, but Whitmer back to 4th.
Wow. Holton laid back, and he got caught on trying that move, but he has responded beautifully. And we're hearing that there may have been a little contact between the number 80 of Magnoli and Gallagher. We saw that plume of smoke by Gallagher going down in. So that may have, it may not have been just something failing in the car. There may have been some contact, perhaps. Look at Holton coming up. Ooh, almost gets into the back of Ellsworth. And again, the aero load that Audi carries on it, it just allows him, I mean, when you've got downforce, you can brake monstrously late.
It's like old Max Verstappen there breaking down in the braking zone here, but good run by Paul Holton. Nick Whitmer starting to lose touch of the top 3 here as Paul Holton battling with Cody Ellsworth right on the back bumper, trying to get that draft down No Name into the uphill here to make that right-hander and come over the top.
It'll be under 3 minutes by the time they get to start-finish left. Whitmer again using every piece of the road and maybe a tick more to stay with this group up in front of him. What compelling action. The touring car is putting on an amazing show here down through the diving turn at Lime Rock Park as they come up to the start-finish line at about 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. This time, Cameron goes way to the inside and Holton goes way to the outside here. And look at this, Ellsworth trying to work the outside. This time, Cameron stayed right and Ellsworth thinks I might be able to do something here.
He's going to have to if he wants to be able to keep that second position, because Holton's looking to the outside here in the aero grip of the Audi. He can hold it there, but he does not do it. Slots back 1, 2, 3. Everybody's testing here where they can make it happen. 2.5 minutes to go.
That's true, exploring different lines around the track. Do I have grip here to maybe be able to pull something off as we're getting into these final couple of minutes of what has been a stunning race for the Pirelli World Challenge touring cars heading into West Bend.
You see the top four here. Nick Whitmer just licking his lips, hoping these guys start going side by side to see if he can pounce. We'll see what happens on the downhill with the draft. Paul Holton doesn't quite have the straight line speed of that Audi. Ellsworth and Dane Cameron in the BMW a little bit better. There's some lap traffic up here they might catch over there on the exit of that as they go 3 wide down into turn number 1.
Now Holton, if he's there, he might try. Look at Ellsworth, had to brake a little bit early, and I thought Holton might try and stick it around the outside. Couldn't quite get it done. Race control informing the crew of the 007 of John Allen to say there's a pack of 4 hungry and fiery leaders that are coming up on you. Pay attention to those mirrors. Ellsworth tried to open it up to get set up for the run down through the right-hander onto No Name, and Holton tried to squeeze up underneath. Not sure, I don't know if there was a touch. It certainly was close. And Holton at the last minute said, yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, not a lot of racing room given by Ellsworth there either,
no.
You know, trying to be, but it was his line, but he really shut the door right there on Holton. You're doing everything you can with a minute to go here in the race, so it looks like they'll get the white flag. I think this time by, they might let it stretch another lap. We'll see what happens.
Well, the way they've been running the laps, let's see what they do. There is that Turner crew fascinated by what's unfolding here. And white flag is out. We are on our last lap, and traffic in front as well. It's been fascinating. It might get downright intense here if Mr. Allen here doesn't just sort of hit the disappear button. And here we go. Look at that. He just hits the brakes, stays way out of the way, lets them all through. Class act by John Allen, recognizing what happened with some good guidance from race control as well. And this battle here to the flag, Jeff, unimpeded. Holton tries the inside now of Ellsworth on the uphill. Is he established? He might be, and Ellsworth says, I'm going to stay with it around the outside. Holton up on the curves, but I think Holton's inside. Is he inside enough?
He is right there. Cody Ellsworth not able to do anything. The only hope he can have is stick to that back bumper and get the draft. Those two cars got side by side. Dane Cameron will be your winner. Whitmer looking everything he can for that final podium.
Turner Motorsports and BMW back on top in Pirelli World Challenge Racing in the touring car race. Dane Cameron getting it done. And that lunge right there by Holton on Ellsworth, that was what Cameron needed to give him that little bit of breathing room. But, wow, talk about a relentless attack by Holton. Cody Ellsworth doing a superb job, but at the sharp end of things, Dane Cameron comes back with BMW to Lime Rock and ends up with a win. We're going to step away. When we come back, we're going to hear from one of the best in the business, your winner, Dane Cameron.